Hello, everyone. I'm Divya. I'm the CEO and co-founder of JurnyOn. So while we've heard a lot of excitement and seen a lot of excitement around crypto coins and NFT assets, when you're, these are financial instruments, there's a lot of excitement that is also happening in the back end, in the real world application of blockchain. And there are way too many use cases that are out there, and there are a good number of players in the market who are actually working on it. Like Walmart is using blockchain to track your products from farm to table. You got known origin in the room somewhere here who is also working on supply chain. You got Wave Labs that's working on networking. And you have healthcare, Meditech, which is putting records on the blockchain for interportability. And there are a lot of little projects that are happening on the side. And why blockchain, really? More so because of its transparency that comes along with it, and improved efficiency and cost saving. So, like for instance, within the public transport space, one of the key requirements is to be able to provide a journey transparency with how the journey happens. That is the ticket fraudulent or not? Is it valid for that particular journey? Is someone doing a short trip and not paying for the entire journey? So these are sort of challenges that public transport has got. And then also improving efficiency, wherein we use blockchain's trustless system to be able to validate transactions without having to need third-party providers. And of course, data management is a key one, wherein data is readily available straight after a particular transaction is on the blockchain. So who are we with JurnyOn? We're actually a train ticketing solution provider. We work with a lot of train operators, and we're rolling out with Transport for Wales, where we're launching train tickets on the blockchain. And some of the use cases are, every time you are traveling, what happens is sometimes the journey is not logged, more so because you're not able to scan your ticket at the gates. And then what happens is this could amount to fraud, or there could be a whole lot of back-end work that the train operator will have to do to resolve the solution. So using blockchain, we bring transparency, and we are able to kind of say if the journey has happened or not. Another very interesting use case is where, how many of you live in London? Yeah, there you go. And we know there are innumerable number of gates. Imagine people who live outside London where there is no gates, right? And the cost of installing these gates are about $1 million, and actually to man these gates is another $1 million. So it's both operational efficiency and also one-time capital costs that go into the gates. With anti-fraud ticketing solution using cryptography, what you're able to do is eliminate the need for these physical installations and reduce the cost of a journey. And subsequently, what we can do is, give it back to the train operators to make process improvements. Like, for instance, one of the biggest problems within the industry is about 240 million is lost due to train and rail card fraud. And one of the main reasons is because of people actually sometimes fare dodging intentionally. That is something we cannot do anything about. But for the ones who do it when there is no gate at your station or the station you're getting in and out of, what we are able to do is we are able to use cryptography to validate these tickets. So it's like a self-validation technology that does not need any gates for you to be able to make your journey. Oh yeah, a couple of things we won, a couple of hackathons, and we've also worked with Innovate UK on some of the feasibility studies that we're working on. Yeah, as I was saying, some of the challenges is, of course, the gates and the cost that fraud has in the industry. But another exciting thing that we're bringing to the table is subscription-based ticketing, wherein how many of you go into work for more than a day or two in a week? Yeah. Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So, yeah, there are very few of us, really. So, there is a need for a subscription based ticketing solution. And while we're bringing all the excitement and fantastic features that blockchain brings with it, that is the anti fraud mechanism, the trustless system, and an immutable record, we also are bringing subscription based ticketing for the first time, wherein, as a traveler, you buy the product. I mean, yeah, you buy a subscription. We have got about 3 tiers. We have Trekker, Explorer, Adventurer, and on the 10, for Trekker, you get a 10% discount. Subsequently, you can go all the way to 35% discount. And the reason for this is because there is an absolute need within the industry to have an option for people who are not commuting every day into work. And the weekly passes and the season tickets are really not an option anymore because of the way we live and work. Yeah, so I think that's sort of sums up what we've been doing. And I can talk a little bit about why we are actually using, blockchain as well for self-validation. So what we do is we are using blockchain's cryptographic signatures to be able to validate tickets on the blockchain. So let's say you are traveling between Waterloo and Oxford. And if you're doing that journey, if at Oxford there is no gates, what you can do is you can go on the application and click on a button and you can self-validate. What that will do is, in real time, it will validate on the blockchain, use a cryptographic signature to validate and check if you're actually the owner of the ticket. And then if you are the owner of the ticket, it will confirm that you are the one who's traveling on making the journey, and it is your ticket that you're using to travel. And another quite valuable sort of benefit of using blockchain is there's no element of fraud at all. Like, for instance, the ticket that you own cannot be transferred unless you actually want to transfer that ticket onto someone else. So there's no two people who can travel with the same ticket. And all of this costs the government a whole lot of money, because a lot of money is spent on not just in terms of the operational cost of fraud is a huge challenge, because you have fraud officers, you have guards on the train. Like, for instance, a guard, his role on the train when he's traveling is actually twofold. One is he has to man the train, of course, and then he's got to see if there is any sort of, anybody needs any assistance. And at the same time, he's also got to check the tickets. So it's a lot of, work that this individual has to do. And for checking, every time the train stops, he has only about 2 minutes to be able to see if the platform is safe, and that's another part of his journey. So the more we can kind of take this challenge or this sort of extra work from these individuals, the easier it gets for them to kind of get on and do what they need to do, that is actually serve the customers, especially help with safety and disabled customers. Yeah, any questions at all? I love it. Okay, wonderful. Yes, please, yeah. Yeah. Yes, actually, that's a good point you make. So every time you travel on the app, you are accruing points. Yeah, you're actually accruing points in the back end. So for every 100 miles you travel, you have about 10 loyalty points that you're accruing. Not just that, it's got an AI, built-in AI, that as soon as you get off at the station, what it'll do is you can just ask it questions like, where can I get where's the nearest gym, or where can I get a manicure or a pedicure done, or whatever you want to do, and it'll just bring up those options to you and say, this is what you can do in this place. So as an end user, your benefit is that you have loyalty points that you can accrue, and these loyalty points go towards something. So this could be anything from a discount at a retail store at the station, or it could be at a leisure center, or amusement parks and such. So we are actually collaborating with a lot of retailers and these sort of amusement parks and such, where we can give away discounts. So you have the loyalty point in the back end, which is a valuable aspect, and of course, the retailers who are coming into the platform, you're going to be able to get discounts with them. Yeah, so that's something that we do. And yeah, and one key aspect of what we do is also abstraction. While the wallet itself is a classic sort of Web3 wallet, like your Phantom or your MetaMask wallet, what we do is we completely abstract it. We completely abstract the Web3 layer. So your mnemonics and all of that is completely kind of taken out of the mixture, because if you're looking to for mass adoption, it's not possible for everybody to understand the concept of owning your own private key and actually being careful about it. While we do that, while we make it abstracted, we still don't take custody of the private key. We use some very exciting technology in the back end where it is on the cloud, but only you can access your own private key. So that's something that we take very seriously, that we don't own or we don't take custody of the private key, and we don't know what the individual's private keys are, but only they can access it, but it's done on the cloud. So we use similar technology something like Ledger, right? Ledger uses on their hardware. We use the same thing, but we do it on the cloud. So at every point in time, we are sort of mindful that we've got to still give the individual that freedom to operate and use the application just as he or she would any other application, without knowing or getting into the detail of the blockchain or the nitty-gritty of the blockchain. But at the same time, give them all the goodness of blockchain. So we use the trustless system to log every journey. So every journey is an NFT on the blockchain. Every time somebody buys a subscription, it's an NFT on the blockchain. And every time a journey is made, we do a dynamic update on the NFT to kind of log the journey. But private information is not stored on the blockchain. We kind of set it aside, more so because of GDPR and various other privacy concerns. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what we do. And we're really excited because we're launching with the Transport for Wales in September, end of September, October. And we finished a couple of trials, and it's been super successful. Seamless, intuitive experience. And given that we've also introduced a very nice new user experience of using conversational AI, that's kind of added to the whole sort of novelty of the product as well. Great, thank you. Any questions? Yes, please, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. So yes, you can buy the tickets right now. When I say right now, we are already trialing. We have about over 1,000 users who are trialing the product as we speak, and it's on in the Wales area. And in terms of where does it go on which blockchain? Did you ask? Yeah. Yeah, so we use what is called, I mean, you can use anything you want, but we use CNFTs on the Solana chain, which is, it's like peanuts for gas. So we really don't have to worry about gas at this point in time. So we use CNFTs to write to log the NFT on the blockchain. That's what we do. And what was the next question? But yeah, we somehow manage the cost, but it's a very minuscule cost at this point in time. Not so much that it concerns us. Had it been like an NFT, even the cheapest on your Ethereum is possibly Polygon, but it's in the pence. So it's not cheap. So we use Solana at this point in time. Yeah. Which one? No. Sure, yeah. So the backstory is we started with a no-code infrastructure platform. So we built a no-code infrastructure platform way back in 2022. So we support everything from Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, even Bitcoin Satoshi version. And so what is your ordinals today is something that we did maybe a year and a half ago. So we have that underlying infrastructure to support all of these chains. So we do Ethereum, that is the EVM based, and then you have Solana, which is Rust based, and then you have BSV, which is like your script. It's a very different architecture. It's got input and output, so it's a slightly different. So we have the key reason why we're able to do these use cases because we have a very strong underlying infrastructure which supports any type of NFT creation. And so we've also, apart from this, we've also worked with the likes of Yale to enable access into real-world property using blockchain. So, wherein being able to open a door using an NFT, using a Yale lock, and log the whole thing on the blockchain. So we work with one of the leading property management companies in the States around that, yeah. Great, thank you. Any more questions? Wonderful, yeah. Thank you very much.